Good, thanks, Nicola. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. It's wonderful to see you. So, I think just
Yeah,
to
likewise.
for everyone to meet you as well, if you can just introduce yourself and tell them where you are in the world at this point in time.
Okay, so for those that don't know me, I'm Xolani Holomisa. I've recently became a new dad to baby number three.
Oh,
On the second of
congratulations!
thank you. Yeah, on the 2nd of April. I'm based in. I'm originally from Joburg. I'm based in Doha in Qatar. So I've been here for the last, I think, 18 months or so now. So I work this side.
Okay. So
Yeah.
your little one, oh my word, you became a father in lockdown and you haven't even been able to hold your baby yet.
Yeah, imagine being told, okay, here are the pictures, uh, video calls. It was so surreal. It was quite sad as well that I couldn't be by my wife's side, to support
Yeah,
her, because the
yeah.
way it happened now, even her own mom couldn't go in. They only allowed partners or husbands. So if you weren't a partner or a
Ah,
husband, you couldn't go into the delivery room. So she was all alone. She delivered the baby all by herself, and the nurses were the ones to help her with taking the pictures. Yeah, the whole thing was just unreal. It's like we're living
wow.
in another time, in another, almost like a chapter in a movie, so to speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's so hectic. So what happened that you couldn't go back? When were you planning to come back to South Africa, and then how did events
So
change?
so I had planned to. I was on the flight that was due to arrive on the morning of the lockdown. So when President
Oh,
Ramaphosa announced that, okay, we're locking the country down, I was supposed to be on the flight that was supposed to land on the day exactly when the lockdown was supposed to kick in. So yeah, I mean, look, it was difficult to. I had reservations of coming home as well, because I was thinking, okay, what if I catch something on the plane? I mean, I had already been in self isolation for about a week, but
yeah.
you don't know what you're going to catch in the plane. We've got an elderly. My mother-in-law lives with us. She's a bit older, and she might be high risk. There was a new baby, hospital. It was just so much, so many decisions to deal with all at once, and it became, yeah, it came to the fact that I just had to stay and not come home.
Yeah.
But then I didn't know it was gonna last this long as well. Um, so,
I know
so
exactly. I mean, so you're a business intelligence manager, so you too many data points there, too many decisions to make.
oh, there were far too many unknowns as well. I think
Yeah.
if you're dealing with things then you can sort of predict. But there were just too many unknowns. Oh, one other thing: if I left, um, the country, Qatar, is not allowing anyone else back. So it was already on a shutdown before even we went on a shutdown. So if I went or went home, um, uh, there's no telling when I would be back, because they still haven't opened the gates to non-citizens
So what does
coming
that
in.
mean if you were able to come back, then if you weren't able to go back to Qatar, would you not have been able to earn an income, or what would the situation have been for you?
Um, it would be interesting. I think all companies are, walking on uncharted waters.
Yeah.
We wouldn't. I don't know how they would handle it. There are a few colleagues of mine who are stuck outside of Qatar who are still connecting remotely. So right now, I think it's handled on a case by case basis. If you're still able to deliver
Okay.
on your work, then I think it's fine. So,
Okay.
in hindsight, I probably should have gone home earlier.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
how does lockdown work there? I mean, are you able to work remotely? Are you stuck in your flats? How does it lockdown work
Um,
there?
it's a bit different. You we connect remotely, so work is easy, and I'm in BI, so I don't really need to interact with people, face to face. So I can do my work remotely wherever I am, and we conduct our team meetings on Skype. or if we need to present or do presentations, it's done on a screen sharing platform. So
Yeah.
everything is pretty easy. It can be done if you've got a good network connection. That's all you need. Yeah, and in terms of the lockdown, we started ours eight weeks ago. So I've been working
Sure.
from home
For 2 months.
for the last 2 months. I've earned two salaries sitting
2
sitting at
salaries.
home.
Why?
Yeah, no, as in I've worked 2 months, so 2 month ends have passed since
Oh, okay.
we started the lockdown. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I thought you were
So
working 2 jobs now, around the clock. You don't need to sleep.
actually, you're giving me ideas. Yeah, so yeah, and that's actually changed. It's changed the way I work. I've found it to I'm more productive around 2 or 3 in the morning, and I do most of my critical work or the thinking work then that doesn't need admin, where you just have to super laser focused mode, and you get things done. So it's easier to do that because I don't have to wake up and get on the shower and be getting ready for traffic in the morning. So
Okay, so
that's a
you're a
plus.
proper night owl, 2, 3
Oh,
a.m.
definitely.
Wow.
Yeah. I push. I deliver my best work then. Those I call it the witching hour.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's the best work. It comes at around that time, and yeah, you basically So in the morning, um, I have one meeting with my team at 10 in the morning just to kick off the day and get everyone's deliverables and catch up, and then everyone goes and works. So it's worked very well for us as a team, and I think we work better because we don't have all these disturbances. We don't No one will come to your desk and ask for something, or you won't get pulled into a meeting or something.
Mm.
So it's really it's worked. It's done. We probably produced a lot more than what we would have done from the office.
Wow, that's interesting. Has it been hard to manage a team remotely?
Not really, except for the connectivity issues. I
Mm.
think it's worked fairly well. I think if everyone's got objectives and they're clear, and there's a time limit to what they need to deliver, and those they're kept in check, it's easy to manage. The problem is when you sort of have open-ended goals with no timelines,
Yeah.
then it just becomes a bit of a nightmare. And we also we didn't start with a daily meeting. We had a weekly meeting at the beginning, and we thought, okay, let's try the weekly thing. And what I found, it wasn't working out because people would soon get out of sync in terms of what needs to be done. So I find the daily meetings give people that motivation that they are supposed to come and show up, and it
Yeah.
is supposed to be, you still think you are at work in a way. Because if no
Yeah.
one's checking on you, you could just sleep the whole day and wake up at, I don't know, 4 p.m. and only start then. So it helps to have
Yeah.
something to look forward to every morning.
Yeah, it's very interesting. My team has actually asked me that they want a daily check-in. They want to see me, they want to see their colleagues, and they want to just, even if it's not talking about work, just aligning in terms of how we're feeling and what's happening in our lives. They're adding that human element.
Yes, I would say even for me, I mean, I don't have family here, so it's just me in this apartment. So imagine that. So the only people I speak to are my colleagues.
And you're talking to yourself now as well.
Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. And yeah, I talk to the security guards downstairs. And when I've taken up jogging as well, because we are allowed to be on the road, at least as long as you're not in a group. So there's a nice jogging stretch of road here, I think about 7 Ks of jogging space. So I do that and acknowledge other joggers when they pass. And that's the only human interaction I've got. There's no one else.
Wow.
You can't visit friends. can't have any gathering of any kind. So all the mosques here are closed. You understand, it's a Muslim country. No movies, no cinemas, no clothing shops, malls. Everything is closed. The only thing that's open is the essential places like your supermarkets and so on.
Yeah, sure. So how are you coping with being on your own? I mean, how do you keep your spirits lifted? How do you get yourself up and excited and happy for the day? Because yeah, I'm sure it gets quite lonely and challenging, especially with your family being so far away from you.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's the feelings are quite negative most of the time. I'm sad, I'm frustrated, I'm feeling powerless, and you know, I've had my baby. I haven't even got a chance to hold him.
It must be
Secondly,
so hard.
I missed my son's 10th birthday. Imagine, my
Oh,
firstborn turned 10, yeah, on the 19th, about 10 days ago. Yeah, I couldn't be there for his birthday. We had a birthday party like this with all his other cousins on Hangouts.
oh,
It's
shame. So sorry
quite
about that.
quite funny. Yeah, so it's taken its toll on me. And the worst thing is it seems there's no end in sight. The more you think, okay, it's about to end, someone says something and then they extend the dates. So it's really been quite frustrating. But to cope, to answer your question, um, one has to establish a routine. You know, I wake up in the morning, I tidy up my apartment, I make my bed, make
That's
myself
good.
a strong cup of coffee. Yeah, and then I resorted to working on my balcony just to get some fresh air. It's getting warm out here now. We're actually in spring, so it's beautiful weather outside.
Oh,
So
lovely.
yeah, so I take my things, put them I've got a desk on the balcony, so I work from here. And then obviously in the evenings, I do my 7Ks of running or walking. And then I connect with friends on Facebook, Instagram, all the social media outlets. Yeah. So that's how I keep myself motivated every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really great. I mean, I'm loving that you're able to sit outside, get some fresh air, and that you can go for a run. So we're not allowed to go
Yeah.
for runs. We have to all stay inside. We should be able to from Friday, this week Friday. I'm sure you talk to your family as well. We
Yeah.
might be able to go jogging then. And here it's getting so cold. I'm sitting here with my blankets, and I made
Oh
my
no.
bed especially for you. So you don't have to see an
Yeah.
unmade bed there in the background. But it's a good idea to
No,
get into like a proper routine. I love that. That's awesome.
yeah. I'm short. I'm just falling short of dressing up for work, but yeah, I do I do everything else.
That's
And
very
then
good. So
because
one
it
last
gives me
question. When are you going to see your family again? And or I suppose the other question is, when last have you seen them? Because you don't know when you're going to see them again. But I've heard that South Africa is trying to organize flights to get South Africans back into the country. So
yeah.
when last have you seen your family, and when do you think you'll see them again?
So it's I was home in January. I left I think on the 1st of February. So I haven't seen them in about 3 months,
Okay.
which is the longest. Yeah, which is the longest I've stayed
Ever
away
been
from home.
away for?
I'm always home every 8 weeks or so.
Okay.
Yeah. So right
Sure.
now we really going into uncharted territory.
Oh,
8 weeks
so sorry about
later.
that.
So I don't know when I'll see them again. As soon as the gates open, I guess I'll hop on the next flight. But I don't qualify because the repatriation flights are for South Africans that are stranded. I still have a
Okay.
job. I've still got an appointment, an apartment. I've got
Yeah.
an income, so I don't qualify. There's guys who have unfortunately lost their jobs because their companies have had to downsize because they out of business. There's also guys who might have been traveling and got stuck on a tourist visa or something. So they're starting with that group of people. I will then be the next in the next group, whenever they decide to open international travel, I think that's when I'll be home. So at this point, I think we're looking at August, September, I think, based on my personal estimates in terms of how things go. Yeah.
Sure.
I had to, we were actually asked to look at our leave at work. So I put some leave for end of August. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Oh, I hope so. I'm crossing mine for you as well. Sure.
Thanks.
All the best. And then one last thing, a message of encouragement to lift everyone's spirits. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I personally draw my inspiration from nature and the universe, in that nature or the universe is always in a constant state of motion.
Yeah.
There's never a point where things are still. You'll never stay still. The earth is always turning, seasons, hours are always passing. So everything changes. Be it a good thing or a bad thing, it comes and it will go. And this too shall pass.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's beautiful. Thanks so much. It's been so lovely to talk to you, and I really hope you see your family very, very soon. And congratulations again on your third child. And I'm so sorry you couldn't be there to hold him. It must be so hard. I really hope that you get to hold him very soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Nicola. Thanks for the opportunity. It's nice to get stuff out of my chest, I guess. This is the only entertainment I get.
Yeah. Oh, shame. Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you.